Speaking of Steve, he really likes Steve. Steve's the best. He's a cool guy. Honestly, Seb Gorka talks about Steve Bannon like the way that my 4.5-year-old son talks about like the kid with cool sneakers.
Did you see how Steve did that hit and run and he didn't even stop to see if that homeless guy was dead or not? He just kept going.
So
Steve
cool.
is so cool.
So cool. I just heard a thud and I was like, what's that? And Steve just didn't even blink an eye.
Steve was like, I don't know, maybe an unlucky day for him. And then he crunched an entire Budweiser with one hand.
The best thing I like about Steve, he's not afraid to go on Hannity's show, Wasted. Here he is on Hannity's show. Steve Bannon on Sean Hannity's show after this, reportedly, and I have no confirmation on this, but my understanding is that after this segment, Hannity and Bannon went to an all-you-can-eat buffet and never left. Here is Bannon talking about how every single GOP incumbent, except for his buddy, is going to be challenged, and the information to come, to be TBK or whatever we're going to give you that information just in a bit. Here we go.
They have to understand there's a basic agenda that President Trump ran on and won. He carried states that Republicans haven't carried in living memory. Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. This agenda works. The American people voted for it. It's their responsibility. By the way, McConnell would not be majority leader unless Trump in North Carolina, in Missouri, in Wisconsin was able to carry those senators across the finish line. It is incumbent upon them to back President Trump's plan, but you don't see it. What you saw what Corker said today is what they talk about on Capitol Hill. That's when I left the White House. Remember, I said, I'm going after the Republican establishment, and we're going to go after them. We're going to challenge. There's a coalition coming together. There's a coalition coming together that's going to challenge every Republican incumbent except for Ted Cruz, whether it's Utah, Wyoming, whether it's in
Orrin
Nevada,
Hatch in Utah.
Orrin Hatch in Utah. Today, Boyd Matheson, who is the chief of staff.
Pause it for 1 second. I just want you to be clear. That is 3 states. They're going to go after every state, but the only ones he could actually mention are 3 states. So my suspicion is not so many states.
Every state's going to be all
every state, like every single one of the
check
3.
Check out my thought process.
All right, continue.
Today, Boyd Matheson, who is the chief of staff for Mike Lee, came out and said that he's going to set up an exploratory committee.
North Dakota.
In North Dakota, we don't have it. That's Hodgkin.
Right.
But we're going. By the way,
pardon me. Could you? Sorry, who's that? Hoskum. Hoskum.
Hodgkin.
Came out and said that he's going to set up an exploratory committee.
North Dakota.
In North Dakota, we don't have it. That's Hodgkin.
Okay.
That's Hodgkin. Hodgkin.
All right. So what's interesting here is that Sean Hannity, North Dakota. I want to know what Republican incumbent you're going after, without realizing that there's no Republican incumbent up for election there. So now we've managed to name 4 states out of the 50 some odd states that we have in this country, and of course Hodgkin is not a person. Well, Hodgkin might be a person, but that person is not the Senator Heitkamp.
Heidi Heitkamp is a Democrat from North Dakota.
Hodgkin. Hey, Sean, what are you vaping again? Fuck you, bitch. Smoke a real cigarette.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos